So my name is JD again, in case you haven't seen the intro video. This will be my third video here. And the topic today I wanted to address is the acceptable age gap in romantic relationships, particularly between older men and younger women, because that seems to be where most of the taboo is. So I'll jump right in. So in most areas of life, experience trumps age. For example, you can't walk into a DMV and demand a license simply because you're 60. Basically, they tell you to get a learner's permit and pass the exams just like the teenagers do. But for some reason, in sex and dating, an age gap is often used to deter relationships where the man is older. This cultural taboo or whatever benefits the status quo, and that men of power, aka men higher in the caste system, they can either ignore this social norm as they ignore most social norms, especially those pertaining to like feminism and Me Too, or on the other hand, it's not a rule that will be applicable to like the small group of powerful men, because in general, just based on their background, upbringing, they'll get attractive women earlier in life anyway, for whatever reasons, wealth, social status, preferred ethnicity, whatever. To move on, in essence, my theory is that male and female compatibility should be factored less on age and more on sexual experience, because the latter of which, sexual experience, women beat men in by years. And this is especially valid when speaking globally or internationally. Moving on, most notably, it's becoming common knowledge that women, even younger ones, have more sexual encounters than their male counterparts. Admittedly, there's edge cases, there's data that obviously suggests otherwise, but hey, most men are the edge cases, obviously. And as far as studies go, for example, one from the NIH even acknowledges that their findings were probably affected by social norms, such as like men over-reporting, which we know when it comes to sex, men will generally do, and women under-reporting, which, again, those things are hard to prove, but that's believable. So in short, yeah, you can probably find studies that counter my argument, but like I said, this NIH article, in essence, looking at the abstract, I think the article itself is about how other articles can't be as reliable as they appear, just due to the muddiness of like the reporting on this topic specifically, at least. Yeah. But as I said in last videos, I have a blog, pissyblog.com. So for the sources and like a more formal layout of this argument, you can go to pissyblog.com. But moving on, empirically, yeah, like I was saying, can't really deny the difference in experience that men and women will have in general as they age in terms of sexuality or whatever. You can use empirical evidence just from social interactions in the real world or even online, for example, dating apps. Moreover, and to paraphrase CGA, no one seems to care about an age gap if the woman is ugly, per se. So I went to college at 30, just anecdotally speaking. But, all theories start anecdotally. See, I went to college at 30 and experienced this firsthand. During junior year, I befriended a girl who was significantly younger than me, but who also, yeah, who also wasn't conventionally attractive. Granted, the relationship was platonic, but I'm sure that that wouldn't have even been allowed to occur if the girl in question was hot, per the cultural parameter. Like that wouldn't have even, the interactions wouldn't have even propagated one way or another, either through social pressure, explicitly or implicitly. The converse holds true as well. Even so, basically, even if the woman is a man's age or older, if she's attractive, there still be like social tension given the scarcity of attractive women in the West. So, all things considered, social norms that frown upon age gaps between partners may seem ethical on the surface, but in reality, it's a way for the status quo to filter a resource, which is in this case access to attractive women, and to filter that resource along class lines. So, with that said, you made it this far. Thanks for listening, watching, and again, I have a blog with the more formal entries of these topics I discuss on this channel, and that's pissyblog.com.